face in the mirror. Chapter 1. The Reflection. Lila had always dreamed of living in the city. She was tired of her small-town life, where nothing ever happened, and everyone knew everything about her. She wanted to start fresh, to pursue her passion for photography and journalism. That's why she was so excited when she found a cheap apartment in the heart of downtown. It was small and old, but it had a lot of character and charm. She loved the high ceilings, the hardwood floors, and the large windows that let in plenty of natural light. She didn't mind the creaky stairs, the noisy neighbors, or the occasional cockroach. She felt like she had finally found her place in the world. She moved in on a sunny Saturday morning with the help of her best friend, Mia. They unpacked her boxes, arranged her furniture, and hung her pictures on the walls. Lila was especially proud of her collection of vintage cameras, which she displayed on a shelf above her desk. She had inherited them from her grandfather, who had been a famous photographer in his time. He had taught her everything she knew about photography, and she hoped to follow in his footsteps someday. She also admired the large mirror that hung above her dresser. It was one of the few things that came with the apartment, and it looked like it had been there for a long time. It had a wooden frame carved with intricate patterns and flowers. The glass was slightly cracked and stained, but it still reflected her image clearly. She smiled at herself, feeling happy and hopeful. "Wow, you look amazing, Lila," Mia said, walking into the bedroom. "This apartment suits you so well. You're going to love living here." "Thanks, Mia. You're the best. I couldn't have done this without you," Lila said, hugging her friend. "No problem. Anything for you. You deserve this, Lila. You've worked so hard to get here. You're going to make it big. I know it," Mia said, squeezing her back. They pulled away and looked at each other in the mirror. They had been friends since kindergarten, and they knew each other inside and out. They had shared everything: secrets, dreams, fears, joys, and sorrows. They had supported each other through thick and thin, and they had never let each other down. They were more than friends. They were sisters. They smiled at each other, feeling grateful and lucky. "Hey, do you see that?" Mia asked, pointing at the mirror. "See what?" Lila asked, following her gaze. "There, behind you, in the corner. It looks like a face," Mia said, squinting her eyes. Lila turned around and looked at the corner of the room. There was nothing there, except a pile of boxes and a lamp. She shrugged and turned back to the mirror. "I don't see anything." "It's probably just a reflection of something," Lila said, dismissing it. "Maybe, but it looked so real and creepy, like it was staring at us," Mia said, shivering. "You're just imagining things. You've been watching too many horror movies," Lila said, laughing. "Maybe, but I swear, it was there. And it didn't look friendly," Mia said, shaking her head. "Come on, Mia. Don't be silly. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is a nice apartment, not a haunted house," Lila said, trying to reassure her. Okay. You're right. I'm just being paranoid. Let's forget about it. Let's celebrate your new home. How about some pizza and wine?" Mia said, changing the subject. "Sounds good to me. Let's go," Lila said, grabbing her purse. They left the bedroom and headed to the living room. They didn't notice the face in the mirror, which had been watching them the whole time. It was pale and gaunt, with sunken eyes and a twisted mouth. It looked like it had been dead for a long time, but it was still alive. And it was angry. It wanted what Lila had. It wanted her life, her body, her soul. It wanted to take over her. And it would stop at nothing